Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. Nvidia is currently down 2%, and we're going to be talking about why and what is the future for Nvidia stock with the bad news that we've recently gotten. Because we see a big dip with all chip stocks like Nvidia, and then we got AMD, same move, and then we got some other stocks like Palantir moving the same exact, or not really the same exact way, but similar to it, and some other stocks too. But with that being said, we're going to be talking about majority Nvidia, and we're going to be talking about the news and what is going on. But basically, to start, Biden administration did a new export restrictions on the AI chips overall. So basically, Nvidia just came out with a new gaming chip that's AI too. So their gaming chips, their Blackwell chips, like everything that they kind of made them grow is kind of getting messed over because it's mainly for China, but it also says for 140 other countries in another article. With that being said, it basically fights against our national security risk and also controls basically making the US kind of be the AI giant basically because Nvidia kind of provides all of the chips all over. But with that being said, Nvidia kind of had a little fight back saying that it is going to mess up the global progress in AI, kind of threatens everything that we did with AI worldwide. With that being said, it might not change anything with these rules. Honestly, I think one thing that could benefit us is that if the rule kind of gets overturned, which it might in the future. With that being said, let's look at some levels to look at because we did have a little bounce, but then we're falling down even more. With that being said, I think I'm looking at the 129 level on the downside, and then in the 4 hour time frame, we're gonna be looking at some bigger levels like the 126.5 level, and then even down even more down to what we've seen, I think around October-ish time, like the 112 and maybe all the way down to 100 level. And probably, like, honestly, if we break that 100 level, that'd be insane. But if you really think about it, this is all that Nvidia really has is the chips. Like, we could still sell it in the US, of course, but their numbers and everything is just gonna look unpromising. And the thing with Nvidia is that their numbers, they have to bypass expectations just to grow their stock. Because if they meet expectations, their stock still kind of drops. And then if they're even lower, like even like 1% lower than their expectations, the stock tanks because Nvidia just grew so much over time. Like people just expect so much out of this stock. With that being said, though, my opinion, I don't think we'll get to the 100 level, but I do recommend having that level on your mind in the future. Where we're pretty far away from it. We're at 130, so I think max we might get to 120, and then we might see a bounce up. But I don't think we'll see 150 for a while if this does get in place, and especially for earnings and stuff like that. We do got earnings coming out the 26th. So keep that in mind too. That might honestly spike us up a little bit more because this might not affect earnings too much. But in the earnings call, they could probably talk about how their expectations is going to mess up the earnings in the future. And that could also make investors unpleased. So with that being said, I think honestly, just look for a good buy opportunity because I don't think the stock's you're gonna see the stock drop a lot, but I think we might see it at a good buy level, and then we might get a point where Nvidia can find out a way to still export their chips, their chips. With that being said, though, I look at it kind of bouncing off the 120 level. If we break past that 120, it'll be kind of insane. So if we do break past that 120, look at 116, 112, 108, and then that 100 level is a key level. We might bounce off that 100 or we might bounce below it, and then bouncing to that low that we had before to that 90 level and maybe even 75. But honestly, I don't think we'll get to that 75 level again. But if we do bounce below that 100, look at that 90. These are kind of unreal levels, but these are levels just in case. I like to look deep into the future, just in case levels. And then the levels I'm really looking at is that 120 level, honestly. I think that might be the lowest. I'm going to probably load up on some 120 shares and then probably dollar cost average if it falls down below even more. With that being said, though, if we can get some good news with this stock, we might see it maybe break past that 130. So 130 is a key level to see what it does past that 130. And if we break below that 130, you might be able to see it maybe get to 126, maybe 128, and then bounce. But we kind of just need good news from what's going on with the exports. But we're only down 2% for the day. I want to look at it for the rest of the day and then also just see what happens with the numbers we get tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 15th. So keep that in mind. But I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about Nvidia because we are seeing some bad news and we are dropping in other stocks. Another thing too, AMD, which is another one. AMD, which is another one that's also dropping with it. With that being said, I'll look at kind of not the same levels, of course, they're not the same price, but I'll look at similar levels. So like the 114, 112, 110. Or AMD can probably get down to the 100 level, but I think a key level for AMD might be 112, and just seeing what happens at the 115. Right now we're at the 115, so yeah. So just look at some chip stocks, see what happens. But this is a big thing that's affecting all chip stocks and honestly AI overall. But don't worry, I feel like stocks that are using AI, like Tesla, Meta, Apple, all the other ones, they're still going to be going up, and we might even see better numbers because since if the export law does happen, they might make the chips a little bit cheaper and just better to get in the US, which is a good thing, but a bad thing for Nvidia because their profits are going to go down lower. So keep that in mind, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Just want to make a quick video explaining what's happening and what to expect. We're going to have some more articles and some more updates later on. Just want to do a quick one. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, like, comment, join the Discord, and peace out.